Alright, today I had an absolutely fantastic day at the swap meet, and I wanted to go through these vinyl records I picked up, and I wanted to do this video a service because these are the first vinyl record pickups of 2026 as far as I can remember. I'm pretty sure that I haven't gotten anything a few days before. So I'll have to explain a little bit very quickly. This is the once a month swap meet, and it's a bit of a drive, and there are vinyl records all over the place. But again, it is so hard to find anything you want to take home here, because you've got the guys that are selling, average condition stuff for $5. You got people selling stuff that should be thrown away for $5, and just you name it, whatever. But I came across this vendor I've dealt with before, and she was having a dollar blowout sort of thing. And I could not believe why people were not picking up any of this stuff here for $1. I don't know. Like I said, Goodwill is $4, and I've seen people pick up absolute trash at the Goodwill for $4 because that's the best one there and they have to take it, or they think they're getting a deal at $4. And so, a lot of these records are not mint, or they're not problem free. But if you just want stuff to listen to and get an idea of what it's like, without having put 8,000 pictures on your phone and trying to figure it out. The first one I picked up was a table, two tables, I think, down from where my friend was sitting. And I bought a record for $6, and I'm glad I did. This was listed as Seattle Metal, and it's not Seattle Metal. It might be Seattle, but when people say metal, they might hear some noisy guitars in every once in a while. But these guys have kind of more of like a rocking 90s, type of Duran Duran feel to it at some of the songs. And this is Adrian's Childhood. Now, Adrian's Childhood, if you didn't know, no one knew. I didn't know what this was, and I said, well, if it's from Seattle in 1990, now again, it said Seattle Metal on there. I don't like it when people put these stickers on here, because sometimes they will damage the original shrink there. And again, anything from Seattle area from 1990, I will take a chance on it definitely. These guys did not look like metal artists here. It's hard to show you that with the glare on there. And I think this is all they did and didn't do anything else after that. But yeah, so very, very cool to grab this one here. Now, I was just playing around with it, and I was showing people I got this weird thing, pulled out the sleeve, and of course I just didn't, it was only $6, I wasn't going to analyze it, Sometimes you just, it's best to just kind of look at something and say, yeah, I'm kind of interested in it, don't worry about it. But it's listed as clear vinyl, but in some lights it looks like Coke bottle vinyl. So it looks really, really cool. It has a greenish tint to it, not in the screen here, but when I'm looking at it. So I think it's really cool, and very, very happy to get Adrian's Childhood, whatever that is. Now, I don't know which side is which because it doesn't say on here, but one of the last song, it's either 4AD or 4AD, or I'm trying to think of, let's see, I don't know, it's on one of these sides. The last song on one of the sides was one of my favorite ones. So that's pretty good. I like that. Again, it reminded me of Duran Duran a little bit, when they get a little kind of noisy with their guitars. But again, it's not metal. You think of Nirvana as more metal, or there's a band called Hammerbox, and they have a song called Hole, and it just, like, the guitar comes in and just bam, noisy. So that was kind of tricked me. If I hadn't known, I just said, you know what, but that little sticker sold me on it. So even if it was wrong, it's still okay. Then I wanted to say that these are all dollar pickups here. Now, just to let you know, but I enjoy records with history to it. So if you saw the last video, my final record pickups, it's just in a random video, I think, and I picked up a Morrissey 12-inch for $4 because there were like radio station stickers and things all over it. Some of the stickers fell off, so I have to go find those and put them back, and just because I like the history of that. Now this is no exception, and I have probably about 5 or 6 of these in my collection now. These are a college radio station, KBVR, out of Corvallis, and they had good taste in music. They just, whatever was new and fresh at the time, kind of like, not was really necessarily being played on the airwaves, by, so it was not like Def Leppard or stuff like that. But this is Red Rockers. It says Vault 83, whatever that means, but this is from 1983, and it's got some sort of price tag there. I don't know what that was for. Maybe some other place eventually sold it, but I paid $1 for it, good as gold. And I didn't realize. Now, unfortunately, the song China, you can see right here where somebody's put these little tabs here. In fact, I have several from that radio station where they did that, and they drew around it probably when they were bored or something like that, or in case the tabs fell off. 2 of those popped off. I'm going to try to glue them back on. But yeah, so this one here is really cool. It's, of course, the gold promotional stamp there. And, I was saying the song China, unfortunately, President Trump ruined the word China for us. There's a video out there saying China like 8,000 times. And so, but again, that's my favorite song on here. It's got like almost 400,000 views on YouTube on one of the videos. So, there's not a video for that song, but I just really like that. This is from 1983, and I really enjoy this. Very happy to get that one. Again, I don't mind stickers. Now, the vinyl community outside of me was like, this is all beat up and crud. I want a better copy. But it plays just fine, I'm just happy, and I don't care. It's got history to it. Like the baseball cards I collect. I don't collect mint baseball cards because that's kind of not really what happened throughout that whole time. So now let's show the other ones here. Now this one's got an interesting story to me because Joni Mitchell and the LA Express, Miles of Isles. And what was interesting about this one here, it's a 2 LP set here, I actually had 50% of that. Now how does that happen? Did I accidentally buy it and only had one vinyl record in there? What happened was somebody on Discogs used some old records and used them as packing material, bonus materials. And there was this one here, and they sliced the cover in half, and I got like I got like the second record. But again, this was $1. It looks like it's in playable condition. I'm very, very happy to have this one. We don't need to go on about Joni Mitchell and all the people that, like the, oops, did I put it in the wrong one here? Should have another LP here. There should, just for whatever, it's got 2 in here. I think I must have taken it out and looked at it is what happened here. Here it is. Yeah, just to show you, the vinyl looks like it with the picture out of the way here. I had to, so there is on Asylum Records in very, very clean condition. Very, very happy to get that one there. And again, Joni Mitchell, lots of people think they're like ultra cool. It's like, hey, I picked up Joni Mitchell. And those are the people that, weren't alive when she was like super popular. Kind of like me. I guess she was still kind of popular, but anyway. So that is all I have to say about that one. I guess if you want to see the inner gatefold there, there's Joni and Company right there. So hopefully you can see that well enough there. But again, I'll happily pay $1 for that one. Now I got the whole thing. Now we have, and again, this is a Lennon, but it's Julian Lennon, and I don't know a lot about Julian Lennon, but again, he's, part of the whole Beatles story there. So The Secret Value of Daydreaming, and again, that was $1. There were 2 copies. Again, why would you not pick up a Julian Lennon? If you can't afford Beatles, then pick up the next best thing, one of the Lennons. So there is that. That's cool. And again, I didn't really care to look at it. I just wanted to help out somebody that needed some help, and so there's that. And it's got the wrong sleeve on there, but that's okay. That's kind of fun there. It's got some good stuff there from London on there. Interesting there. Why that was in there, but there's that. And hopefully it's the right record. And this is Julian Lennon, The Secret and Value of Daydreaming. Maybe that is the right sleeve there. I don't know. But anyway, happy to grab this one. Don't know when this one came out. Probably 1980. Oh my gosh. I got me fooled on that one there. 1986. I was going to say 89, but yeah, 86 sounds more plausible. And I could have bought a lot more records from the dollar section there. Again, I'm trying to buy things that are not downgrading my collection. But these are things that I will enjoy for a long time, hopefully. Then we have this one here, Herman's Hermits. And I don't usually buy Herman's Hermits. And this was volume 2. So volume 2, the best of Herman's Hermits. And it says extra, bigger than life, autographed color photo of Herman's Hermits inside. That did not sell me. I said, ooh, autographed photo, well, big whoopee doodles. You know, there's old Hermie right there, looking very kind of like, I don't know, 60s twerp, you know, right there. And I didn't really look at the vinyl, but when I got home, I found I had the color photograph / poster in here. One of these 4 square ones here. If I can get it open without, you know, ripping something. You know, it's nothing special. But yeah, who wouldn't want to have that on their wall? Lovely. And there's some sort of drawing there. Great. But yeah, that's, no, but still, that was really awesome to grab that and find that there. So I was happy to find that. You know, and a lot of these things in the dollar bin were in those $5 to $10. And my local record store said, hey, $10. You know, take it or leave it, and I will leave it all day long. None of this stuff is rare. We, I believe, have 2 more here. This one here is Shaun Cassidy, Born Late, and I got ridiculed by the seller for buying it. Well, if you're going to ridicule your customers, then guess what? Just don't sell it. I bought this kind of as a joke. There's old Shaun Cassidy when he was a little child there. Again, I know nothing about old Shawnee boy here. But, you know, I just said, you know what, a lot of these are either in very good condition or very rough condition. That's still a playable condition, minus my finger prints on there. And very happy to grab that because now I can finally not have to look for it at stores. I don't want this, but you know, it's funny, I see this all over the place and it's not in very good condition. So this is better condition and I just don't, never mind. It was just, you know, I was just trying to help out, and that's one that I could have told her. I said, now you don't have to live with this anymore. So very happy to have sold or picked up that one. Again, half of the Hardy Boys duo there for whatever reason. There was other Cassidys and there was whatever. Now one of my favorite ones here, I haven't listened to this one yet. This will probably be pretty good. This is Bill Black's Beat Goes On, Bill Black's combo. And I just like the whole go-go theme there from the 1960s. I want to say this was from 68. And very happy to grab this one. Now it's like, why would you grab it? All this garbage here, blah, blah, blah. And all this garbage back here. But this is an audition record, which is stamped right here. And then this is from Wallach's Music City. I think I looked it up. It was in Hollywood. They started in like the 40s and they closed in 78. And also on the front here, it says Bill Black's demonstration record from the world's largest listening library for safety seal purchase copy record, something for not I don't know, safety seal purchase copy, information counter, quality guaranteed by Music City. So it's been all scratched out there. If I can find anybody who knows how to clean that up there, that probably won't clean up there. I might, you know, take this sticker off here and see what was underneath there. But I just think it's cool because it was part of some collection before and had all these stickers there. And the vinyl here, I don't remember much about it here. I haven't even probably looked at it here. But it's got, you know, the original inner sleeve there, which is cool. And then I have, yeah, it's pretty clean. It's pretty clean. So again, people just say no to these ones with all these stickers on it. And I tell people every chance I get, if you think you can play the record cover, then by all means do it. You know, again, these are records that, except for the Shaun Cassidy, these are records that would probably not be at a thrift store very long because there just isn't anything. I will take a chance for $1 on this stuff here. I got all these for the price of one. You know, and Adrian's Childhood looks like the people are trying to get 20 bucks out of it on Discogs, unless you want the 13 or $14.99 copy out of New Zealand. And I dare you to pay the shipping for that. So it is a very fun time and very happy happy to get some interesting things here. I will try to tidy these up as best I can and document them. Maybe if I can figure out how to get this crud off of here, but if I do, it might take the whole label with it. So we shall see. And again, unfortunately, I think they blocked that out when they sold it or something like that. No idea. But yeah, all the stamps on there. And, you know, again, that doesn't really add anything to the value. It probably detracts from it. But again, if it came from some kind of interesting collection or some sort of store that's got a history, a lot of people love records with the Tower Records sticker on it sort of thing. That's what record collecting is all about. It's not finding the mintest copy. It's not finding the most valuable copy. It's not all kinds of crazy represses with, you know, crazy colored vinyl and stuff like that, even though I have some of that. It's just about taking that record to the next step and putting it in a nice collection and preserving the history of it. You know, again, a lot of these things were treated like ex-libraries. You know, regardless of how mint the sound was, they just put stickers on that covered up things and marked things up here, and that's what they're still considered as garbage ex-library things here. But I do have a couple of library books that came from some, you know, prominent libraries that are marked as such. And I think it's a shame that all this thing with this historical data and tells you where it came from, where it's been this whole time and who originally got it, that's lost. But very happy to have those. And that is my first record purchase for 2026. I'm sure there's going to be more, but I don't want any more. I am content with what I have for right now. I need to go through and in the same record room here, I was just talking about some air conditioner I need to remove. It's going to be probably Danger City to get rid of an old, you know, wall air conditioner. Hopefully it won't be coming crashing down and breaking stuff or damaging my feet, or I don't fall off the roof or something. But get that out of the way, and I should have some more room for books and records in that particular spot. And you know, so I'm very, very happy about everything right now. And thank you for watching.